Lead block.
After months of negotiations and a holdout, the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb, they agreed to a new 4-year contract extension worth $136 million. You got $100 million of that guaranteed. He's a massive signing bonus to put it on the table as well. Time now for the first time in our LA edition of GMFB to welcome in our insider, Ian Rappaport. Ian, it's only fitting, perhaps, that this $100 million guaranteed deal is a thing that brings you on our show, 5 a.m. local, to talk about getting this deal done with the Cowboys.
A huge deal for the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, CeeDee Lamb's holdout has been one of the highest profile stories of the entire offseason, really. It seems like every day in inside training camp and any other forum we're talking, it's about when is CeeDee Lamb going to end his holdout and when are the Cowboys going to finally pay? Yesterday, they paid, and it is a big one. 4 years, $136 million. That is $34 million per year, just shy of Justin Jefferson's $35 million per year, which means CeeDee Lamb ties with Nick Bosa as the second highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. You mentioned the signing bonus, $38 million, which is a record for a receiver. He is a do-it-all player for the Dallas Cowboys. When Mike McCarthy met with the media yesterday, that was one of the biggest things he said. This is a guy we can use everywhere, inside, outside. He is productive. He scores touchdowns. He's great in the locker room. These are the guys you want to pay. Dallas now gets it done. Expect CeeDee Lamb to practice today, and then they can set their eyes on Dak Prescott trying somehow, some way to lock up their franchise quarterback for years to come, despite the unbelievable leverage that Dak Prescott has.
Yeah, Ian, he's homegrown. The Cowboys drafted him a few years back, and despite saying LOL, period, in the face of the owner, saying that there was no urgency a few weeks back, well, the urgency came a few days before Jerry Jones is going to deliver his State of the Nation address to the Dallas Cowboys. Rap sheet, thanks. Get back to us in a little bit in case anything else goes down. So the CeeDee Lamb thing was a major headline this offseason. We couldn't not look at it. We couldn't avoid talking about it. It gets done. Your guys' reaction upon hearing this news immediately yesterday?
Oh, boy.
First, it's Kyle is just he's the professor that predicts everything. Kyle said yesterday, it's going to be done before Tuesday. It was done. I sent the screenshot to the group. Like, Kyle was right.
Yeah.
But it's something I think we all knew was coming. We all knew that the Cowboys were going to get this done. We understand what CeeDee Lamb means to that team and how big of a role he plays and how little of a role everybody else plays. I think that's the thing that differentiates CeeDee Lamb in this situation. So it was just a matter of time for me. We all knew it was coming. I'm glad it was done. Now let's focus on some football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, is this the one word? This is not the one word yet, is
Nope.
it? No. Okay, cool.
No.
All right. For me, I believe like this was a big deal. I'm so happy for CeeDee Lamb. I think it speaks to his talent. He got paid based off of his talent. That's the way it should be. And I also think, too, that the Dallas Cowboys, they recognized that they weren't going to be able to do a lot without the top wide receiver, one of the top wide receivers in the league. So, yeah, kudos to him, man. Like, this is good. The dude rich now. He rich.
Yeah.
Like, rich.
Kyle, it's interesting when you heard it yesterday go down. Does this finally feel like one of those dominoes that maybe the Cowboys could click into something this season?
Sure, absolutely. Why not? I was clicked into the prediction. I love getting love from you, man, Side, about my prediction, but technically I predicted that it would break today, and so I kind of got it wrong. If I want to get Cowboys predictions wrong, I'll just predict they get to the Super Bowl. That's easy, but I'm happy for CeeDee Lamb. This is a guy who, I don't cry for these people who hold out or hold in, whatever. He should have gotten paid. Come on. This is the guy you pay. The guy you drafted who's 25, who's never done anything wrong, who's been ridiculously productive, who wears the right jersey number, who's got a big smile. My only problem with the contract is that it's $136 million, and last year he had 135 catches. I think they should have put that right on the nose as the same number. But I'm also very amused by the Jerry of it all. Now remember, tomorrow they're having their Cowboys State of the Nation address where Jerry comes out. There is no way he was showing up to that thing without the CeeDee Lamb contract done. I also think it's very funny that if you want to begrudge Jerry how he runs the thing as a general manager, that's fine. But he's got some nuances up that sleeve of his. For example, like when he tells Clarence Hill yesterday, you see this quote, this really vulgar quote that Jerry was saying. He was saying, there's nobody that can come in here and do all the contracts and be a GM any better than I can. When he issued that quote, He knew the CeeDee Lamb contract was coming already. He put it out there right as so it landed just before the contract. Makes him look brilliant, smart, all-powerful, and omnipotent. I love that little nuance to work the PR for us. Now we'll see how it works out, though. But I'm mostly just happy for CeeDee Lamb. You do everything you're supposed to. Yep. You're supposed to get paid. This is America, right? This is America's team. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb, 25 right now. The 4-year deal means he'll be 29 the next time he wants to talk money, which is good for wide receivers to do this before you turn 30 again. So age might be one word that comes to, dollar might be another word that comes to mind. Let's go one-word game, Manti. What is the one word when you heard the dollar amount, the contract year, the whatever, now that it's done, one word, describe it.
Cinematic.
Ooh.
I chose cinematic for the reason that I love the movie Matrix. That's my favorite movie. And I don't know if you remember, there's a scene in the movie Matrix where Neo is about to die. He's getting his butt kicked by this agent.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there like, there's no way that the star of the movie can die. Like, there's 45 minutes left in this movie. And then you step back and you realize, like, he's not going to die. If he dies, the whole movie's over. It's kind of like CeeDee. If this doesn't happen for the Dallas Cowboys, it's over. So we knew that it was coming. We knew that it was just a matter of time for Jerry Jones and CeeDee Lamb to get on the same page and have the Cowboys be able to have a chance this year at advancing in the playoffs. So that's my word, cinematic.
I like it. There's also CeeDee Lamb catching balls the way that Neo dodges bullets.
It's awesome.
I can see him catching balls like that. Well, for me, I think the one word is landslide. He won the negotiation in a landslide.
Landslide.
If you think about, like, this holdout, there's some of these guys who are doing the hold-in. I mean, to me, that's weak negotiation. He says, I'm not showing up until you pay me. He understood his value. He understood his worth. And I know I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting what the breaking news is, but he technically becomes the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. You heard me, the highest, right? Because I just pulled out some numbers here, all right? I'm going to become an accountant today. You can call me Accountant Akbar today. But in the state of Minnesota, where Justin Jefferson lives, he's going to have to pay about 5% state tax. So his APY, that terminology that I hate using, or whatever it is, AYP or APY?
APY, you got it.
Yeah, APY. $31.5 million for Justin Jefferson. In the state of Texas, where CeeDee Lamb plays, there's no state tax. He's making $34 million a year. He won. You're one. You're rich. $34 million. You are the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL.
Man, I know. Minnesota really gets you. It's too bad.
Thank goodness you don't play in California.
No, exactly right. Or New Jersey.
Be the poorest.
Connecticut or New York. Anyways, I go ticking. The clock is now ticking. You have to sign your quarterback as well. I'm one of those people that, like, you get one nice thing, and you're like, but what about the next nice thing? The clock is ticking. The Cowboys got to move on now from knowing what the number is. Kyle, your word.
All right. Describe the CeeDee Lamb contract in one word. My word is confetti. Because the confetti is falling right now on the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, you understand, in this era, these days where they land their big player and they sign the contract and they shake the hand and they put out the Instagram, those are their Super Bowls. Those are their championships. This is a Super Bowl championship for this version of the Dallas Cowboys. They're in the middle of a dynasty right now. Let's look back at all the Super Bowls that the Dallas Cowboys have won in the last couple of decades. Just bring them up. There's Dak winning a Super Bowl with Mr. Jones. That's the Super Bowl ring. Then you got Trayvon Diggs won the Super Bowl with Dallas. I've told you, just stacking championship. Zeke won a Super Bowl. Then for you old schoolers, they're in the Super Bowl nostalgias. Dez won a Super Bowl. I have this on good authority, guys, that they are going to raise a banner in Jerry World today for the CeeDee Lamb contract. CeeDee's going on Jimmy Kimmel tonight to talk about it. There's going to be a parade through downtown Dallas and Fort Worth. In fact, after he found out news about the contract, someone ran up to CeeDee Lamb with a microphone and said, CeeDee, you just signed a huge contract with the Dallas Cowboys. What are you going to do next? He said, I'm going to Disney World. So anybody in the Magic Kingdom who's just hanging out today, there'll be a float with CeeDee Lamb and his giant check from the Cowboys. This is the closest thing the Cowboys in this era ever come to getting to a Super Bowl, let alone winning a Super Bowl. So enjoy it, guys. Another championship for the 21st century Dallas Cowboys. That banner's going to be beautiful. How about them Cowboys? And confetti is the word.
Now, Kyle, I got to ask you, did you mean that CeeDee Lamb is going to Disneyland, or is he going to buy Disneyland?
That's true. He's going to go to Disney World, which is even more expensive. Yeah. It's even more of a money suck out. He's going to go to all 4 of those parks and just do it up because you are a hashtag Super Bowl champion for the Dallas Cowboys. You can pay for it all. You know how they do confetti? The confetti angels? He'll just do it with $100 bills, and he's earned it. Yeah, congratulations. Cowboys win another one, guys.
One word to describe Kyle Brandt and his stance in the state of Texas is snarky. Kyle, come on, man. Really? You're going to go confetti? This is where the avenue you're going to go down with these guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't been to a Super Bowl since I was a sophomore in high school. So it's great. They got a really good player, makes a bunch of money, and that's great. Like, I'm just get to one title game at least, guys, and then we can really have a talk about football. Congratulations, CeeDee. We'll find out what happens this year. I think we already know.
You can hang Jim Nance's tie on your wall after something like this. I know, there he is making his.
There it is.
There it is. I think
Super
that's
Bowl.
I think that's a cash gun he has in his hand.
No, I think that's a bar of gold. Is that a bar of gold?
It's a cash gun.
It goes one of those things. Go.